So this one's a little bit of a fly on the wall, but I'm still going to teach you stuff. So Abby has been doing too much e-commerce and stuff that has taken her soul away from modelling, and it's coming to be reset. It's about getting feel back and enjoying modelling again. Is that right? Yes. Yeah. So instead of me just shooting it, we're going to record it, but when you're going to see me working with Abby to get her soul back, but also I've set up like a Peter Lindbergh style lighting setup. So it's just blacked the whole way around her. I've thrown a whiteboard on the ground, just get a bit of bounce because we're only using the top light. I might open up these curtains once I start looking at my photos. I'm working on the Sony today. I'm working with the Image Edge software. So when we're going across, you'll see a live view on one of our screens and the other screens are captured. All the images that I throw up or you'll see that come up in there, they're just the preview images out of the Sony. So they still haven't been retouched, but I have got my setting in here to black and white. Without taking a picture, just by looking at the live view, to me the background is too dark for my liking because it's making Abby look like she's bald. So what I'm going to do is by me moving the background back from the tent, I should now have created a little bit more light on the background, and I can now see the top of her hair. I might make it a touch lighter. So moving that background further back, it's made that background lighter for me, so I'm happy with that. On my camera, I've got zebraing just going off on her top. I can live with that because she's wearing a white top. The only problem with moving it back, if I'm going to shoot to her knees, I'm going to get a white floor, which I don't like. So everything I'm doing now is more like before you pick up a camera, it's me looking at what I've got and what's annoying me. And it's still freaking annoying me. And yeah, I could just be taking pictures, but I find it's easy just for me to look. I'm going to crop this short. I'm going to crop this a little bit more like Hasselblad crop. Liking but not loving. So I'm just trying to get a little bit more light into the top of the head. Let's take a picture because I'm still not even sure if I want to use this lens. I've got the secondary lens which I'm thinking about sitting here. Oh yeah, as long as I put some shadow fill in her hair, that's going to come up all right. I'm just going to try a shot with the other lens. So at the moment I've got three things sitting in my head. Number one is I'm not sure if this is a lens I want to use. Number two, I'm not sure if to have the curtains open or closed. And number three, I'm not sure if I want to bring the tent further forward or not. So they're just, and this is this thing, you can already hear that I've got thoughts in my head before I even take shots of the things I'm going to look at and the things that might be affecting what I'm trying to do. So this is definitely more zoomed. Even tighter, because this is an 80. No, I'm going to stay with the 70-200. I can't tell you why, I just am liking it better. And that's all I'm looking at, is I'm just liking the way the lens is finishing her off. I think I'm happy with everything with that. I'm now just going to try. Are you going to be fine if I open the curtains? No. You're not going to be fine?
Oh, yeah. I mean, do I mind?
So what I'm doing this is just to see, I know she'll be overexposing more now, which means I can come up to 250th of a second, so still stay at that. And now I can have a look at the actual two pictures and see what lighting is having preferred before. Yeah, again, I'm not going to say what's right or wrong, and you might have looked at and preferred the second one. So yeah, I can't tell you why. It's just straight out. I just like it better how it was before I made the change. So let's take it right to the edge. Cool, cool, cool. That's really pretty. Yeah, I think I like that. So I still got one more change I can do. I know this is taking a bit of time, but if I don't try, I don't know. And I'm just seeing it. If you don't try something, you might have 100 times better light sitting somewhere, but because you've just decided, oh, that looks nice, before I start taking lots of shots, I just want to see a variation to what I can be creating. Cool. I shouldn't have cropped it differently because that's going to make the shot look different. There is a difference, and I think I like it. I definitely like that more. So, I thought it would have been easy me just moving this, but that's just me being a bit dumb. There's an easier thing I could have done. I'm so used to doing another way. Do you want to stand up for a second?
Yes.
Oh, now do you want to sit down again? That would have been so much easier. That also gives me more lens space to play with. Cool. And it's also changing my exposure. It's really pretty, that's really pretty. So I was just doing exposure stuff. Yeah, I've changed my exposure a little bit to bring her up, which has brought my back wall up more. And this is actually worth it because you'll see if I come back a couple, you'll see how dark my back wall is and she's still looking like a bald person. But now because I've taken her further away from the light, I've changed from 5.6 down to f4.5, I think, yeah, 4.5. And that's given me more light on the back wall, which is get this picture better. I'm thinking I'm liking this lots. Okay, so now I've finished wasting my time. Now I've got to get her to happen. Now, it's up to you, Abby. You've got to be careful. The way you're sitting, you're going to flash your undies. If you don't care about that being in the shot.
I don't care, but do you care?
I don't care. No, but I still, if I see something, I double check with the models. Like even if this was Beck or someone I should have shot forever, I'd still say to Beck, hey, I can see your undies, do you care? All right, so we've got the shot and end of the tutorial. No, I'm joking.
And what?
Abby would get very upset if I just finished then. All right. So it's looking awesome. I need you to get into your zone. All right. I'm going to push much more on this than I have before on you in the past. I really want to see something happening in your head. Feelings. I want to see as you're moving, it's making muscles in your face change because of what you're thinking or what you're feeling the way you're moving. Cool, cool, cool. Don't dance too much. Well, it's just certain things like this, it's like performing. I doubt that's going to give you a feeling in your face other than I'm at a Doof festival with Beck.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, yeah, right. We want better than a nice picture. Nice is boring. Cool, that's really pretty. That's really pretty. Stunning, stunning. So have you got a story in your head? Have you got who you're looking at? Why you're looking at? Yeah, I just want to make sure it's a little bit like what I was talking about before, having the end goal. To be able to have this look in your face, to get people to love the look, you actually have to have the thought that someone's going to pick up on in the way of, oh, she looks like she's looking at her favourite person in the world. Cool, cool. So I've got the model comfortable, well, I've got myself comfortable. So I've been soul searching myself. Basically, I've been looking at some of the comments we've been getting, both on Inspire and YouTube, and then putting myself into those photographers' shoes, and which has then made me question what I'm doing. And I'm enjoying this experiment for me about, it's easy to drift off what you love or what you like to do when you're shooting. And with the new Sony, I started to drift, got onto motor drive, not super fast. I started using more autofocus lenses, doing lots of stuff like that. But then I was shooting a shoot with Beck, and I was shooting on the Hasselblad X camera, and it's because my two H6s are being repaired at the moment, so I don't shoot in the studio much with the Hasselblad X, and I found it really slowed me down and I got better pictures. So one of the first things I did is I turned this off motor drive back to single shot. Even though I'm auto-focusing now, I'm still not, I'm still more really looking for the expressions rather than just, I think what I was doing, I could pick up when the model was about to move somewhere cool and start firing, but because I started firing, the model's going, oh, you got it. Whereas if I held off a fraction, where what I used to do, they would go, I'm not there yet, I'm now there. And I'd get that picture. And I was not getting that picture where they try, and then they realize it didn't work, so I didn't take a picture. So they try a little bit harder, try to have a decent thought. Cool. And the motion, cool, that's really nice. That's really pretty, that's really pretty. But the other really weird thing, so it's a lot of the stuff I've been doing say in the last 4 or 5 months since we've been allowed to get out and work again. Then I've gone to something I used to do back when I originally started shooting women. And that's, my 70-200 was one of my favorite lenses back when I shot with Canon. Cool. So what I'm looking at from this shoot out of Abbey, I really, really want to get, thank you very much. It's amazing that little touch on your leg, what that just did to your cheeks. Yeah. With Abbey, when I see she's modeling, her cheeks, this fills in. The muscles just in here stay on, which means it's just sort of fairly mono in the face. Once she starts to relax, her cheeks lift a little bit, which creates a nice cut where you would normally put makeup. And the other good thing is Abby's not wearing anything today, and I think my retouching on her face is going to be so minimal. You know how much time you're spending in makeup on shoots now? And you walk out drained, don't you? You don't walk out fresh, ready to go. So you come here and then we kill 3 hours just talking shit and then, no, I'm joking. Cool, that's really pretty. So yeah, I'm looking at Cover magazine. I want you to be just channeling who you would really like to see in the cover of a magazine, and then feeling what it would be if that was you and other people were looking at you that same way. Cool, that's really pretty. That's really pretty. Abbey I find a little bit hard to motivate because I don't know enough about her. I know that things like fast cars, money, chocolate, that really doesn't affect, oh, she smiled on chocolate. They're things that would not change her face at all. But things like her sister's dog, that's better. Amazing how much your face just changed. It's really subtle. That it's little things like that which are I've learnt that, yeah, anything to do with animals, especially the ones she knows. Cool. That's really cool, that's really cool. That's really pretty, that's really pretty. Stunning. Demand me, come on. Like a selfie. You have to, I know you do selfies, you just mightn't publish them, right? So when you put your camera up there, you do something before you click. Agree?
Yeah.
Right, so I'm now the extension of your arm, except you have to do something, otherwise I don't click. And if you do it and I didn't click, it means you didn't do it properly. So you can just reset and come back again. So whatever movement you went to do the shot, if you just reset back and do it, like come full circle so you get that same feeling. Cool, that's really pretty. Nice. Am I clicking when you think I should?
Mm-hmm.
Or am I late or early? Or you don't know?
No, when I think you should.
Oh, cool. That means you're demanding me to click. So the more you learn that, especially working with me, but if you start using this on photographers, cool, that you think don't have an idea when to click, if you start really pushing this, you'll start to force them to click. So if they're just clicking nowhere, they're going to all of a sudden say, oh, I keep not getting that face. They'll start waiting for your face. Stunning, stunning, stunning. Stunning, that's really pretty. Get a story happening, move to make you feel a little bit. Cool, cool, cool. It's pretty, that's really pretty. All right, so for the last minute at least, she has not turned away from the camera. Oh, she just did then, which is not natural. Because I guarantee if you're sitting in a restaurant with James, there's no way you're going to look at him for 1 minute straight without turning and looking away. Right? So what happens, you'll end up with a very stale face. And I don't care if it's 3-4 frames, reset, come back in 3-4 frames, right? And just say, that's long enough in the camera, I need to reset, come back in. That reset will always be a really good picture. And that way you're not just staring into the camera the whole time. So when you're just staring at the camera, you'll start to get just this one face, and it's really hard. But the reset's just not that. That's not a reset. All right? So you're just going, it's sort of a weird, creepy eye thing. Like you're checking someone out in a bar and you don't want James to see you just looked at that person. That's not a reset. So what a reset is full on, and you actually reset. You nearly feel you drain. So drain out, come back fresh. Right? So it's got to be like empty the stress and then come back fresh after the look away. And the look away, you want to feel it reset, beautiful. Can you feel the difference then? So it's you feel, now I'm ready to come out. And it doesn't matter, Tanya I work with, her resets can be up to 10, 15 seconds. So it's just, when you feel you need to take a break for a second, reset and then come back in, they will be when you get your best pictures. Cool, cool. Beautiful, beautiful. So just in a little bit of a windscreen wiper mode. So I want to purpose to your movements now. Do you know what I mean by windscreen wiper mode? You're just starting to just rock. So when you're just doing this, if you're just doing this, there's no emotion, it's just lost the emotion again. So just the fact of you moving your arm to there. I don't want to see big movements, I don't want to see a repetitive rocking. Yeah, just things like playing with your hair. I know you really like playing with your hair because we always get good shots afterwards. But it's that come back to video. It needs to be a story. Cool, that's better. Instant, that's so much better. It has to be that story. It can't be just a repeating story because everyone gets bored with a repeated story. But you can tell the story 4 times as long as there's a break to a different story, then you can come back and tell, that's really pretty. That's amazingly different. No, it's not. It's not takes you a little bit. It's why you're here, so as I can reset. That's really pretty. I don't know if anybody else is going to agree with me, but I see it, so I'm going to say it. I'm finding pictures, especially like that, is something that I'd expect to see on the cover of a magazine in the 90s, which means she's modeling the way of the models that I love. It's not like an influencer type model, it's not like an e-commerce model or a celebrity model. There's actually something deeper in the shot. Stunning, 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 stunning. Yeah. Create the attitude in your body is the attitude you're trying to say. Cool, cool, that's really pretty, that's really pretty. Reset, too long, that's better, that's better. Cool, that's nice, that's really nice, that's really nice. Nice, 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 nice. Finish it off, everything's perfect, but your hands, yeah, that was better when you touch one hand against the other. The hand's just hanging like that. It's like, that's like a not strong, not weak, that's like a nothing. Yeah. So I want to see, if you think about things properly, your hands wouldn't just hang. Yeah. Like if you're feeling properly. If you're feeling properly, there's always going to be an attitude with the rest of your body that matches the attitude that you're putting in your face. Cool, I like that lots. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Reset, too long. Even when that reset is, you can come out, who am I about to be? Who am I going to look at? What's the story? Cool, cool, cool. That's really pretty. That's really pretty. Pretty, pretty, pretty. Keep going, keep going. Demand me, girl. Come on. I told you I was going to push you harder than I've ever pushed you. That's really cool. That's really cool. That's beautiful. That's much better. Yeah, you'll always come in waves. Get used to it. When you're on a wave, ride it. If it's not working, don't go, I got to, just go, I'll just chill a bit. I'm going to come back and I've lost my feel. I want to get my feel back. I might change my pose. It makes me feel something. And then once you get in that wave, just ride it. Cool. That's really pretty. Cool. That's beautiful, beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Cool. I like this lots. Stunning, stunning, stunning. Body shapes are beautiful. I want to see more face. I want to see more emotion, more feeling. And the only way you're going to learn it is you need to feel. When you move a certain way, it makes you feel something. If you don't feel anything, either slow the movement down or move differently. Cool, that's so pretty. Stunning, stunning, stunning. We might just do a slight change of what she's wearing because she's fighting with this too much. And we'll just continue on. What I'm going to do is just take a couple of photos now, and these are going to be befores and afters. Cool. Cool. Really feel it. It's pretty. That's really pretty. Cover. Really throw it so people want. That's better. That's better. That's better. Stunning, 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 stunning. Cool. So hopefully she's covered. Yes. So we've done a change. I found out second shoot, I found out Abby is more comfortable with less clothes on. And it's not down on her. I have lots of models I work with which are the same way. They just feel more comfortable. I think you don't feel pressure on your face, do you?
No, it takes something off.
Yeah, that's what all the girls I know who prefer to be sort of implied topless for a shoot than have a shirt on. It's just because it feels like it's taking the pressure off their face. We offered Abby tape on the first shoot, and on the second shoot she said, "Nah, not wearing that again." So she's how she's on her choice. This is actually what you really wanted to shoot today, right?
Yes.
Yeah, because so I told her to go to the wardrobe, pick out some clothes, and this is what she turned up in. All right, so I am going to pose her a little bit, or I'm going to pose some shots a little bit. So this shot right now, if she's comfortable, I can just crop it to get my shot where I want it. Cool, that's really pretty. Cool, that's stunning, stunning. Nice. Beautiful, beautiful. That's pretty, that's really pretty. Nice, nice, nice. Cool, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Oh my God, she's so much more comfortable. Anyway, so it's not a bad thing. That's awesome, awesome. Just so you cool, keep it. Can you just twist, do you want to twist the chair or twist yourself just a little bit more? Just a fraction more to the side, yeah. And when you get in the seat, all I'm going to do is I'm going to make Abby naked for the camera. You don't have to be completely around to the side because I was just going to put a heel, yeah, that heel. But I was going to, if you can, is make sure that heel is coming in front of you. So it needs to come this way, no, this way more. That's cool. And if you can just drop, that's right, that's you really well covered. So instantly, just by doing this, I've only got to remove that little G string. Cool, cool. Cool, beautiful, beautiful. Stunning, that's really pretty. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Cool, 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 cool. That's nice, that's really nice. Bring back to eyes. Make sure it's about eyes. Make it sure it's who you're looking at. That's better. Cool. Just drop in a little bit. Nice, nice, nice. That's pretty. That's really pretty. Cool. Take a rest for a second. You haven't looked away for the last hour. That's all right. I just want. It's easier to restart a story than it is to try and hold a story. Cool. That's pretty. That's really pretty. Yeah. See, all I'm doing now is, I found by adjusting her legs too much really affected her face. So all I'm doing is coming above what I don't want to be shooting, so she can just pose however she likes. Cool. That's pretty. That's really pretty. That's really pretty. That's the weirdest covering of nipples I've ever seen, and love it. No, don't change. Don't change. Actually.
I'm very comfortable for some reason.
Yeah, no, the way you were covering yourself was just so different than anything I've seen, but that's why it's so cool. I don't like the big flat hand pancake, so I'm always looking for something that doesn't feel like that traditional cover. Cool, that's really pretty. That's really pretty. Stunning, stunning, stunning. That's really pretty. Nice, nice. That worked. That definitely worked. Cool. Cuddle his arm around a bit, just around the grab. Even if it's grabbing on your ankle a bit, just have, there. It's just, that's really pretty. Cool, cool. See, I can slow down now. That's really pretty. So Abby's now into my space, even though it's shut down. Did she get the joke? Yeah, I got a half smile, so I didn't know if she got the joke or not. The difference is what, I don't know if you noticed it while you're watching, is when Abby was starting to get close, I started shooting quicker. Then all of a sudden she felt it, and I could back right back just to let her get the picture she wanted to get, rather than keep on trying to force her to keep moving. Cool, that's really pretty. That's so pretty. See, this is supermodel pretty. That's beautiful, beautiful. Stunning. Glow it. Do you feel beautiful in front of a camera? Does it make you feel prettier?
Yeah.
Well, the reason I'm saying is, you know at school, if you said to everyone, gee, I'm pretty, what would happen?
I got very badly bullied at school. So
Yeah, but you know what would happen, right? So, and it happens to nearly everybody. You get drummed in that you're not allowed to think you're beautiful, because you're so vain. You know, how dare you? If you want to be a model, you have to. You got to be able to say there, I'm so freaking beautiful. Take this. That's how they get those photos. They're not being stuck up. It's their job. It's no different to you running a marathon. If you reckon you can win it, you're going to say to everybody at the start line, just give me a bit of room. I'm going to win this freaking marathon. You might as well go home now, because I'm going to win this. And the people that do that are the ones that win the marathon. And when you get in front of the camera, you have to be the person you want the people to think when they're looking at the picture. So you want the people like Adriana Lima to be, she is so beautiful, but you've got to be there going, take this, Adriana, look at me, right? Because that will turn on all of those confident muscles. Cool. That's really pretty. That's really pretty. Yeah, it's like you've got to embarrass yourself by being not who you really are, but you'll find when you do it, you'll actually really enjoy it, because you'll feel good. You know when you get in front of a mirror and you're wearing some outfit you bought and you just look so good in it, how good you feel about yourself. So you've got to do the same for the camera. Even though you can't see what's happening, you've still got to be, whatever you're doing, it's got to be how good you feel about yourself now, because that's what's going to go down the lens. It's pretty, that's really pretty, that's really pretty. Yeah, eyes, it's your eyes. I can always see when you finally turn the eyes on. It's stunning, 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 stunning. I don't even need to talk now. She's doing, I'm too scared if I say something, I'm going to put her off and she's going to stop. Can you feel that?
Yeah.
Right. That's what it's seriously. Beck did the same to me the other day. Cool, cool, cool. Like it. Cool. That's really pretty. Cool, cool. That's stunning. See, I can see you really enjoying this now. Right? Because you're enjoying it, you're getting the best pictures.
Yeah.
And this is the thing, the worst thing for you is all the work you're doing, you're not enjoying. So it's every shoot's flattening you down. So this is what I suggest that every photographer does. We all have to do shit work to make a living. But if you actually set your goal as, my main goal is, I only want to shoot what I want to shoot when I want to shoot it and make a great living, that should be the photographer's end goal. Not have a book full load of clients and you're shooting nothing but stuff you hate and you're still not making that much money. There's no goal in that. But if I have to do stuff and if I do too long without shooting what I want to shoot, that's gorgeous. I have to sort of take a day off and go and shoot something I want to shoot to get that love and that passion back. Cool, that's beautiful. So you don't even need to look away. When you're actually in that right zone, you can just keep it going. Cool, I love that, that's beautiful. That's really pretty. Because I don't reckon you look anything like Penelope Cruz, but I was sworn a couple of frames ago, it just had that feeling of a shot that I saw Peter Lindbergh do of her. Cool, cool. And I keep on seeing what's her name? Christy Turlington's expressions. That's cool, cool, stunning, stunning. Stunning, that's really pretty. Cool, just eyes. Give me a killer shot. Just reset, feel it. I want a killer hero shot. Beautiful. Keep it going, keep it going. Cool, beautiful, beautiful. Cool, cool, cool. Hope you guys enjoyed that. I certainly did, because I've watched her go from being what she was like maybe on our second shoot back to even further ahead than our last shoot. If you've got any questions or comments, just leave them in the section below or jump over to Volley and talk to us directly.